what happens if you get a bad haircut. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below on this topic. What do you think about it? It's a topic that's quite I don't know, fiercely contested. Something that gets people's anxieties levels up. It's something that gets people's stress levels up. Anger, disappointment, and I wanted to address it. This article just popped up on my phone, but it went live on the 17th of December 2021. We're now the 21st, and yeah, near Christmas. And I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention of what happens if you get a bad haircut. So this is something that, I mean, you don't want. Nobody wants it. Hairdressers, we don't want to give bad haircuts. We want to give you great haircuts, make you feel amazing, and that's it. We want to make people feel beautiful and something that's really wearable. And this article is quite interesting because this lady has had a terrible experience getting a haircut. She didn't know until she got home and washed it because the stylist curled it, and that's something as well that hairdressers are seen to do with balayage in particular, that we curl to disguise lines or marks and that sort of thing. So that's something just what this story is based around, but it's not a colour, it's a haircut. And this is, it's an interesting one because the lady in question, it's like when you find your perfect hairdresser, you never want to let them go. You want to create that experience, you want to create the relationship, and you want to keep on getting better and better and better. And something with hairdressers that this is just, I want to put this out there, it's something that I talk quite freely about to my clients and with stylists of all levels, and when I go and educate or my team. And when we get a new client in, we've never done your hair before, we don't know what you do for a living, we don't know what you do, we don't do your hair, we don't know what you wash it with, we don't know what you style it with, we don't know what you want from your hair. And this is something which is really quite interesting because we're expected for someone to walk in and create magic. And the thing is, on a first appointment, it's basically like a speed date. It's like, right, what do you do, what do you want to get, what do you do for a living, what do you want from your haircut, how do you style it? So like really, consultation needs to be really, really in depth. So like a speed date, we want to know everything about you to give you the perfect haircut or colour or style. What we have to do as hairdressers, we have to pull all this information from our years of experience. But if you're a new hairdresser, you haven't got that years of experience, so it's very, very difficult. But what we do and what I tell people to do, so someone comes and sits in my chair, I would look at their hair, look at their texture, their density, their hair colour, and I'll be thinking, right, they've got dark hair like so-and-so, they've got this density like so-and-so, they've got this length like so-and-so, and I'll be pulling all of this information from everywhere that I've done over the years. They've got this curl, they want it this smooth, I've used this product before, it worked really well, I'm going to give it to this client. These are all the things that we have to, as hairdressers, pull from like all over the place to give you this amazing experience, an amazing haircut or colour or style on your first booking. I don't really think that you're going to get the perfect service, i.e. haircut, colour, until about your third visit. And I'm saying that because we don't know you at all. So we're trying to come up with all this experience and to give you this great haircut and service and style. And we've got no idea how your hair is going to behave when you leave. So when you come back on your next appointment, we can then like reconsult and say, how was it? Yeah, it was great, but this side sort of curled a bit more, which I didn't really expect because I've normally had quite smooth hair. It's like, right, okay, so now we have to take that into consideration. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because it's very relevant to this story. So this lady in America, she's a maths teacher, and her best friend was getting married, I think. And she'd already been weeks previous to get this haircut, a real nice choppy bob. I'll pop the picture in so you can see. Really nice, really suits her. And she thought, right, I'm going to get it refreshed for my friend's wedding. Thinking that, right, same hairdresser, same salon, same stylist, I'm going to get exactly the same. But she got this. And she didn't realise till she got home because the hairdresser had curled it, which I was talking about earlier, curled it and sort of disguised how sort of bad it looks, and we can be realistic, it does look terrible. So when we're looking at this story, The client went into the salon first. I don't know if it was the first visit, the first time, but she come out with a banging haircut, textured little bob, suited her down to the ground. She went to the second time because she thought, right, I'm going to refresh it because my friend's wedding. She come out with that, and a lot of people were saying because I think she put it on her Insta story or Snapchat or TikTok or something. From putting it on her story, she was crying. She didn't know what to do. And a lot of people were commenting saying, oh, was she having a bad day? Oh, was this a new hairdresser? Oh, did she basically take her anger out on your hair? There must have been something lacking in communication, because she said that the stylist thought she was only going to be unhappy because of the length. She thought it was going to be too short, whereas all those layers are just completely disconnected and there's no structure to the haircut. So yeah, but the client eventually did phone the salon, speak to the stylist, and she said, oh, come in, I'll sort it. And this is the thing I want to touch on as well. So she said, I didn't want to go back in because I didn't want to let that stylist loose on her hair again, which is understandable. But I would encourage anybody, if you get a haircut that you want to sort of twist it slightly, or you want something a little bit, I don't know, shorter, the layers maybe aren't sitting properly, the fringes maybe a bit too long, or you don't want a full fringe, maybe you want to, I don't know, like I would 100% go back into the salon and have a good face-to-face conversation, because there's something lost in translation there when you look at the two different pictures of what she had before and then after by the same stylist. It just doesn't make sense really. But the whole thing is, she rang after she couldn't really get the stylist to give her a refund, she spoke to the salon manager or owner and they gave her a refund. So I don't know if that was a rent-a-booth salon. I can't imagine it was, if she could go from the stylist to the owner and get a refund off the owner, because the owner didn't. If it's rent-a-booth, she's got nothing to do with the service. They're all independent if it's rent-a-booth. But maybe it was like our salon and you're employing everybody. So if that did happen, you have to keep up customer service. And that is something that you have to do as a business, as a businessman, as an owner of a salon. You have to sometimes cut your losses and just be like, okay, look, no worries. If you didn't like that stylist doing your hair, then you can get it done by somebody else. And that's something that we've had in the past years ago, where people would have it done by somebody and they're not quite happy with that stylist, or for whatever reason, we'd get them booked in with another stylist and then it'd be all rosy. But yeah, this is just a story I wanted to pick up on, because it's quite different in the sense that she'd already been to this stylist, did a great job, and then she left with something which was terrible. That stylist could have been having the worst day ever. She could have got the worst news in the world, still turned up for work, still did her clients, but unfortunately that didn't go to plan that day. And that's just what I wanted to touch on. Long way around it. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. We don't know what's going on in their personal life and that sort of thing. I know people's hair is their crown and glory, and it is. Like when we're doing hair in salon, we're creating, well, we're basically putting a dress or a shirt on somebody's head they can never take off. That's it. We're putting an outfit on you that you can literally never take off. And you've got about 6 weeks to sort of grow into it, or like it, love it, or hate it. But that is why, with my salons in particular, if there's anything, a lot of my team say it, when somebody goes for something completely different, like we, as hairdressers, we do all of this work for say 3 hours, 6 hours, colour corrections, whatever it may be. You're sitting in the mirror and you're like, you're sitting there with wet hair, or you're sitting there with colour on your hair, you're sitting there with it clipped up, with blow drying it, thrown over your face, and then we expect you in 3 seconds to be like, I love it. Yeah, thanks. So that as a whole, hairdressers should really take that on board as well. That what we're doing, we're creating all of this shape, and for somebody to sort of make their mind up in 3 seconds now that they're seeing it, just give them a little bit of like a sort of a, look, I know it's brand new, I know the colour's brand new, you're a blonde, we've gone for copper, you feeling it? Yeah, I think so. Well, just let us know in like a few days, and if not, we can then come up with something different for your next appointment. Maybe put some highlights back in or something like that. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video on that scenario. I feel very sorry for the stylist, but also the client who had a big wedding, is in tears. But as well, we don't really know what's going on with that hairdresser. They could have gone through literally hell, turned up for work and did their thing. but unfortunately that client, it didn't go to plan. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too deep, but yeah, just to let you know what happens with that scenario.